Mapombi emvura, mapombi etsvina, notadza kugadzirwa, migwagwa yozara makomba, ngatibatanei pamwe chete sechuma chemuzukuru. Gutarei guta redu, Mutare ndiro guta redu.
Acting Director Misi, the Director of Ceremony, distinguished delegates from the Embassy of Sweden, led by Emily Perez, the Deputy Head of Development. Welcome to Manicaland and Mutare City in particular, and I hope you enjoy your stay here. I wish you could prolong it further than today. Your Worship, the Mayor of Mutare, represented by the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Jenya Moka, the Acting Director of Government Services, Mr. Misi, the District Development Coordinator, the councillors here present, the Acting Town Clerk, Mr. Nyamande, your management and the staff here present, our partners, Gender Links, Mercy Corps, Dr. Dawa Plan International. Thank you so much. I think we have been together for quite some years, and what you are doing is marvelous in the province. Let's continue to work together as a team. I was just thinking around the digital hub and saying to myself, can we do better than just 3,000 youth? I think let's discuss after this and see how we can make that project bigger than what it is now. The chairperson of the Eastern Mushroom Cooperative Project, Editor Mavumbu, and the beneficiaries, that's good. It's my second time, if not third time, to visit that project. So I really know it, but I wish to enjoy their mushroom on a daily basis. Please, if you could make sure that they supply me with mushroom every day, that would be great for me. Stakeholders and other esteemed delegates here present, ladies and gentlemen, I've been sent by the Minister of State to deliver his remarks. I'm honored to stand before you today to welcome the Embassy of Sweden in Zimbabwe, Manicaland, and Mutare in particular. We have come for a field visit, the Eastern Mushroom Cooperative. Ministry of Women Affairs, I hope they are now registered as a cooperative, and we'll see their certificate displayed in their office when we visit. Okay, I will check on that. I will definitely check on that.
I'll share with you.
Thank you so much. I've been reliably informed that the project is being implemented with support from the Embassy of Sweden through Gender Links in partnership with the Ministry of Local Government and Public Works, Mercy Corps, and Plan International. The project, which is running under the banner promoting gender inclusive local economic development, is being implemented in 12 local authorities, of which our beautiful city of Mutare is one of the few chosen local authorities. I don't know what criteria was used to choose the local authorities, but I'm sure we were on top. We were number one, as usual. Thank you very much for choosing the city of Mutare and continue to work with us. I believe in seeing like the biblical Thomas. So I want to go and see how far they've gone. The last time I visited, I want to see if there is any progress. But also, I want to see the books. The production books and the financial books. Because this is where I can tell the story. Whether there is progress or they have stage managed for us today. Ms. Perez, let's go and inspect the books so that we make sure that what these people are telling us is reality on the ground. So as soon as we arrive, please bring the books to us. I am an economist by profession, so don't worry, I will be able to read what will be in those books. This is a clear testimony of the whole of economy and society approach as pronounced by our government, that we need to work together as government, as private sector, as development partners, as the international community, as witnessed by the presence of the Swedish embassy today. We are a friend to all and an enemy to none. As long as you are willing to work with us, you are more than welcome in this province. I'm so happy that we have infused the digital aspect in our project. And I also want to witness them, how they are selling their mushroom through the digital space. And if you could demonstrate that for us today, we'll be very happy. Because we really want to see how the digital training have helped them and is helping them to grow their business. Because the whole idea at the end of the day is to make these people empowered, like she said, is to make them better citizens who are participating in the mainstream economy and having a better life for themselves as women. Because one of the sources of GBV is poverty. When you constantly pester the husband for supporting everything, we also get tired as men. You also need to support yourself. And you know, I feel very proud when my wife buys me something, no matter how small it is, even a pair of socks. I would wish I would wear that pair of socks every day, because it is a gift of love. It is a gift of effort from a woman. So what you are doing is wonderful work. Let's support these ladies, these girls, and these youth. As we go forward, I'm really filled with optimism that by investing in this project, we are diversifying our economy, but also creating pathways for prosperity for the benefit of the whole of society, leaving no one and no place behind. I would really like to thank the embassies and Gender Links, Mercy Corps, Plan International, Ontario City, Ministry of Local Government for coming together for the success of this project. Please continue partnering for a worthy cause and for the development of our country. I really want to thank you and appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
Director of Ceremonies, the Minister of Provincial Affairs and Devolution being represented by Waribaya, distinguished delegates from the Embassy of Sweden in Zimbabwe, Provincial Acting Director, Ministry of Local Government, Baba Misi, Sinokukamchirai. Our DDC, Baba Kapensi, Sinokukamchirai, and other senior government officials here present. Fellow councillors here present, the acting town clerk and your management and council staff here present, beneficiary of Chikanga Mushroom Project. Moriko erema beneficiary. Chimbotoe vera imaoko. Our stakeholders and other esteemed delegates here present, Tinewe MESCOP Warpano, MESCOPs, Gender Links, Plan International, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure and excitement that I welcome you all to the seat of Mutare for a field visit at the Eastern Mushroom Cooperative Project. It is both an honor and privilege to stand before you today as we mark a significant milestone in our journey towards sustainable development through the Eastern Mushroom Cooperative Project. Today, we are not just checking the progress of our horticulture initiative, but recognizing the power of partnership, innovation, and the shared commitment to uplift our community. We are checking our progress with regards to empowerment and local economic development. I have been made to understand that this project was made possible by the generous support of the Embassy of Sweden through Gender Links. As you can see, it has become a beacon of hope and opportunity for men in our community. For this, we owe a great debt of gratitude to you because your trust and collaboration enables us to dream bigger and do more. This project has not only revitalized the mushroom farming in our city, but has also empowered our community members, many of whom are women and young people. This also? Oh, okay, Mashita. They now have the skills, knowledge, and access to markets to transfer their lives. The impact of this initiative is visible. The improved livelihood of our mushroom farmers, the increase in household incomes, and the rise of local entrepreneurship. I want you to know that just by equipping our people with the tools and the skills they need to succeed in this project, we have also unlocked a great potential and paved the way for a more prosperous future. Their personal lives, the communities they live in, as well as in the Mutare as a whole. Mushroom farming, as many of you know, is not just a source of food or income. It represents sustainability at its core. It makes efficient use of land and resources, generates less waste, and has a lower environmental impact compared to other forms of agriculture. Through this project, we are also contributing to environmental conservation, which is critical in addressing the global challenges of climate change. This initiative has become an example of how we can achieve food security, whereas we are preserving the environmental, and how cooperation can bring tangible benefits to local communities. It is a demonstration of what is possible when local and international partners come together with a shared vision for the future. I want to take this moment to commend everyone involved in this project, from City of Mutare staff, fellow councillors, the technical experts and trainer, to these hard-working members of the Eastern Mushroom Cooperative who embraced this new opportunity. Your dedication has turned an idea into a reality. And to our friends from the Genderlings and the embassy of the Sweden in Zimbabwe, your commitment to this initiative is truly commendable. You have not only invested in the horticulture, but in the hopes of aspiration of our people. As we told the project today, I hope you will all see the passion, hard work, and resilience that has driven its success. The Eastern Mushroom Project is a story of what can be achieved when we work together, guided by mutual respect and shared commitment to positive change. Let this project serve as a model of future grandeur. Let it remind us that with the right support, vision, and determination, we can build a future where our people thrive. Once again, thank you to Genderlings and the Embassy of Sweden in Zimbabwe for your invaluable support in making this project a success. City of Mutare looks forward to continue this journey with you. I thank you.
The Minister of State in Provincial Affairs in Cooperative Province, represented by Mr. Baya, senior government officials here present, the Mayor of Mutare City Council, represented by Deputy Mayor, Councillor Nyamoka, councillors here present, the Embassy of Sweden team, led by Emily Perezi, other development partners, Mercy Corps and Plan International, the media, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to you all. My name is Priscilla Makosa. I'm with Genderlings as the Director for the Zimbabwe Office and Regional Program. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say we are gathered here today at the Eastern Mushroom Project for a routine monitoring visit where we want to track progress of the work that is being done, look at the gaps and the challenges that we are facing, and make for way forward for our programming, so that at the end of the day we are able to witness success of the project. We are gathered here today under the program entitled Promoting Gender Inclusive Local Economic Development Program, a program being implemented in 12 local authorities in partnership with the Ministry of Local Government and Public Works, with support from the Embassy of Sweden in Zimbabwe. The total grant amount is $4.6 million United States dollars, and the grant period is 2023 to 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say that in terms of programming, the first year we're focusing on infrastructure development, and this year we have actually started our programming, and it's less than a year. As we are going around all the 12 local authorities as the partner Genderlings, we have actually witnessed that there is still yet to be done in terms of training the participants of the program, so that they will get to a stage where we are saying they are now able entrepreneurs. The aim of the program is to reduce poverty and promote sustainable livelihoods. And this is a process that cannot take place in a year, but we need time to ensure that we have taken the entrepreneurs through a process where they are able to improve sustainable livelihoods. In terms of the program, we are focusing on 5 value chains, and these are arts and culture, clean energy, health and sanitation, agriculture and horticulture, and waste management. This program is being implemented in line with our national development goals, where as Zimbabwe we are aiming towards becoming an upper middle income economy. So by promoting local economic development, we are actually saying that Mutare community is now contributing towards our national goals and vision as a country. Again, let me hasten to say that this program is also being implemented in line with our supporting partner development goals, where they are actually working towards creating opportunities for better living conditions for people living in poverty through inclusive economic development. So as we program, we are focusing on 4 levels that I'm going to explain. The first level is we are looking at the individual person. Ladies and gentlemen, 50% of our participants are women, 30% are youths, and 20% are men. These participants, they come from diverse backgrounds. Amongst our participants, we also have gender-based violence survivors. So as we are conducting our trainings, we start with life skills where we want to restore self-esteem so that people can become real entrepreneurs. So our program is 2-pronged, where we promote life skills and then promote entrepreneurship skills at an individual level. The entrepreneurs have gone through different trainings, life skills, financial management, business management, and recently they've gone through backstopping, where we invited different players, different stakeholders from this community to actually come together so that we can work as a team to ensure that we witness success. We also want other different market players to come through and help for the success of the program. After looking at the individual, we now go deeper to look at the household levels. These individuals are coming from families, and we are also looking at the relationships within their families. So now we are focusing at the household level, where we want to increase income levels. Then we would also want to reduce gender-based violence cases. As an organization, Gender Links, we carried out a national survey in partnership with the Ministry of Women Affairs, where we actually established that at times women continue to be in abusive relationships because they lack the economic means. So this program is actually addressing that aspect, where we are promoting economic empowerment amongst our youth, amongst the women, so that they are able to have a voice, and then they are also able to speak out and also have personal agency, which will also help to ensure that they improve their livelihoods within their households. Then after the household level, we are now looking at the community level. What is the benefit of this program to the community? And under the community, we are looking at our norms, traditions, our culture. Like I said, some of the participants are gender-based violence survivors. How best do we ensure that our program can also contribute towards changing values and beliefs so that we can be able to reduce gender-based violence, child marriages, because youth are also part of this program. We are also looking at creating linkages, facilitating markets and also partnerships. Like I highlighted that recently we engaged a larger community from different key stakeholders so that they can come and contribute and ensure that we witness the success of this program. Then, having looked at the individual level, the household and the community, we are working in partnership with local authorities. There are also gaps and challenges that local authorities are facing around promoting local economic development. And through our program, we are also looking at the council, in this case Mutare City Council, as an institution where we are working with the local authority to ensure that at the policy level, they come up with gender-sensitive policies that promote local economic development because they serve the larger community. We are also looking at the procurement systems of the council, of the institution, to ensure that the local authority can practice gender-sensitive procurement systems. And when it comes to gender-responsive budgeting, our target is to ensure that all local authorities that are part of this program, they actually ensure that when they are crafting their budget or developing their budgets, 10% of their budgets is targeted towards promoting local economic development. When we started this project, the local authorities, they were 4% when it comes to budgeting for local economic development. We did an analysis this year after councils submitted their budgets to the ministry, where we had to look at the council's budgets, and I'm happy to report that from 4%, now we have an average figure of 6%, where we are saying the local authorities are now budgeting 6% towards promoting local economic development. And like I said, our target is 10%. So we are almost in the first year of programming, and I'm sure that working together with the local authority, where we also build their capacity around gender-responsive governance mechanisms, systems, we are able to ensure that the local authority prioritizes local economic development. Then, looking at the enterprises, the flagship enterprises, with support from the local authority, working with the participants, they've come up with business plans, business models, and these business plans, they are just documents. They need support. So I'm encouraging and calling upon all the stakeholders in this room to make sure that we work in partnership with Eastern Mushroom Project so that they are able to achieve their goals and objectives. And there is also a growth strategy in place, which needs time. It's a process that we need to build into so that we are able to get our results. And to Mutare City Council, I want to thank the council for the continued support, where the council actually gave us this space for us to be able to utilize for the project. So this was the council contribution, and as a partner, we managed to come up with an infrastructure, which is the mushroom house. And also the local authority is contributing in-kind support, where we are given free venues for our trainings. Like this community hall is a free venue that has been given by the local authority. And again, the local authority has seconded staff that are helping. We've got led focal persons, we've got our gender focal persons, and other senior council staff that are always there to offer support to the project so that we are able together to get our results. And to the beneficiaries, I want to commend you because Mutare City Council Group, you are an organized group, and you are also today. Yes, there are a lot of gaps, but step by step, as each day progresses, I'm sure we're all going to be able to achieve our vision.
Allow me to write all the protocols that I've already been established, and to specifically mention the Minister of State's office, represented today by Director Ubaya, the Embassy of Sweden in Zimbabwe, represented today by Emily, as well as the Mayor's office, our councillors, senior government officials, as well as our stakeholders here present, and most importantly for me, are beneficiaries of the Eastern Mushroom Project. Priscilla, you agree with me that City of Mutare is a center of excellence in terms of gender mainstreaming, and it's documented, ladies and gentlemen, if not the leading local authority in Zimbabwe in terms of gender mainstreaming. And Emily, Minister, said that is evidenced even by the way we plan, by the way we make our policies. I'll tell you something that we do not sit, our councillors do not sit in the council chamber and let things go without even analyzing them using the gender eye. Our HR manager will tell you that at some point she was asked why there was no 50-50 balance on the group of municipal police officers that she had recruited, and that should mean something to all of us. And I should also be quick to mention that even in the way that we plan, even in the way that we formulate our budget, we make sure that it's gender responsive. For the year 2024, our gender specific budget was at 4%. And from the gender specific budget, that's where we are getting money to support our local economic development initiatives, our youth initiatives, even the trainings that we do and other commemorations that we do. So taking from that, I'll also mention that when Gender Links then made a call for proposals, we responded and we wrote a proposal under the Horticulture Project, where we proposed to formulate a group of 50 people with 50% men, 30% youths, and 20% men. 50% women, 30% youths, and 20% men. That's why even when you talk to the beneficiaries, our beneficiaries are disaggregated in that manner. When we then made the proposal, Gender Links asked us for council to also contribute. So we contributed land, like Priscilla mentioned, council set and made a resolution and seconded Mrs. Machona as the local economic development focal person. And some may ask why we specifically chose mushroom farming, because I might just mention that we were already working with low-income households or people that are vulnerable in our societies. We were already working with our people with disabilities. We were already working with survivors of gender-based violence in other projects like poetry, batik, design, some are even into catering. So we were already working with other groups in our 4 districts, Chikanga, Nangamvura, the town area, and Sakuva. So we were already working with different other beneficiaries. But why we then chose mushroom farming out of the categories that Gender Links had set out a call for is because from the Zimbabwe livelihood assessment that had been done, the City of Mutare was listed as one of the 3 vulnerable cities in terms of nutrition. So yes, we were excelling in all other things, but in terms of nutrition, we were still lagging behind. So we thought to ourselves, let's try mushroom farming, because mushroom farming, as much as it will also give us money, it will improve our nutritional level in terms of ranking. So that was one of the major reasons why we chose mushroom farming. And yes, we then chose Chikanga. To start with Chikanga, let me just mention that, because we expect to grow. We are not just going to start and end here. We're expecting to grow even to the 3 other districts that I mentioned earlier. So, like I said, council donated land. Let me not say donated. Council contributed land. It It waived development fees when Gender Links was assisting with the construction of the mushroom house. It also waived the payment of utilities such as water and sewer. It also then contributed towards the electrification of the mushroom house. And it didn't stop there. After the mushroom house had been constructed, operations had to start. We had to start mushroom farming. So we made sure that our participants were capacitated. And this was, the training was in-house. It was coming from our community services officers who were training our beneficiaries. And some of the beneficiaries were quick to catch the information and also train the rest of the other beneficiaries. So like I said, it was in-house. And in terms of how we then started funding the project, the beneficiaries themselves told us that we do not want money from you because they wanted the project to be something that's sustainable. Suppose City of Mutare wakes up and says we don't have money today, or Gender Links wakes up, or the Swedish Embassy wakes up and says today we don't have money. They decided that they're going to make contributions amongst themselves as beneficiaries. So they injected the initial capital into the project. And from where we started to where we are now, I can say we are growing. We are bigger than where we were when we started. Yes. I also then wanted to mention that in terms of trainings, we just didn't stop at training each other on how to grow the mushrooms. Because remember, we are starting and we do not expect to stop. So as much as we were selling, or we are selling our mushrooms to the local people, we intend to grow bigger and even get to hotels, to the supermarkets. So we made sure that our beneficiaries are trained. So we trained them on issues of procurement, how to register with the Procurement Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe. Our procurement officers were hands-on on that. We also made sure that we got training from Standard Association of Zimbabwe. I'm sure you saw them. They came here because they specifically trained us so that when we go to them, for them to assess our products, we know what it is that they are looking for. So I'm sure, even though you can see that even though we are still at our initial stages, the types of trainings that we are already engaging in are quite evidence that we do not intend to just start and maybe stop midway, because we are intending to go very far. So, like Priscilla said, the initial group that was trained had 50 people, but because of displacements, we are currently at 41. Some have moved, some have gone to do other jobs, but we have not died because of the displacements and the movements. And some have even grown and gone to start their own businesses because of the trainings that we were receiving from City of Mutare and from Gender Links. So for us, yes, displacement, but people are growing, and that's a positive for us. And in terms of the beneficiaries, maybe before editor comes in, I'll tell you that they do not just sit and say we are growing mushroom and we end there. They are growing mushroom, yes, but because they received capacity in terms of training, they've also started training other people, and they are recording income from that. They are the most hardworking people I have ever seen. You know, you can, when you're trying to host people, you can try to cover up things, but you cannot cover up the actual work that you're putting on the ground. These people can stay here up till midnight on a given day just to work. And for me, that's an actual positive. They maintain the mushroom house by themselves. City of Mutare doesn't give them staff to clean their mushroom house. They provide the labor for themselves. We only have 20% men, and they say men are supposed to do the killing of the heavy stuff. Confirm, Honorable Minister. But with the 50% women that we have in the group, they do the manual labor by themselves. So you can see the dedication that is within the group already, even though maybe they are still realizing very small profit margins. So for us, that's a positive and a sign that the group is sustainable enough. In the event that City of Mutare wakes up and says we don't have money, they will still be able to sustain themselves. And in terms of marketing, I was just, they included me, they made me join their group where the executive discusses their issues. I don't contribute anything, but I was looking at some of the ideas that they were sharing on the group. They are already thinking of coming up with a logo for the mushroom cooperative. I think it's already there. A letterhead, so that when they are writing letters, to official letters, they are actually official letters. They were talking about forming a Facebook, coming up with a Facebook page for the purposes of marketing. And these are initiatives that are coming from within the group. And that is really a positive for us. And in terms of growth going forward, I don't want to speak for them, but from my own assessment as an officer from City of Mutare, the fact that they are already going to communities and training others, that's a big thing on its own. It will be easier for us to then say, Chicago, we are already established, can we move to Ndangamvura? Because in Ndangamvura already there are people that have been trained by this group. So it will be easier to mobilize in Ndangamvura, it will be easier to mobilize in Sakuva. And also, yes, today they have that mushroom, they have dried mushroom, I think, but I also know that they have ideas for them to diversify in the future. Even to, yes, they are doing oyster mushroom, but I also heard them talking about starting the button mushroom. It's a bit more complicated to grow, but they are working on it. And they have also indicated that they want to diversify and do value addition to the mushrooms that they are currently growing, do mushroom soup, and these other products. And my time mentioned that mushroom, there are also mushroom supplements that I heard them talking about that will help and assist us on that nutrition that I talked about earlier. So in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are. But it would not be enough for me to sit without mentioning that for us to be where we are, it was because of Gender Links, the Ministry of Local Government, and the partnership that they also have with the Embassy of Sweden in Zimbabwe. We really appreciate. We have, I think every quarter we have had people coming from Gender Links to train us. You might have seen all the accounts books that were there that we are not yet able to properly fill in, though we have the data. But just recently they did a finance management course for us, hence the books. And we are learning, and I know that Gender Links will just not dump us, even as we continue to build capacity. So thank you very much, Gender Links. Thank you very much, Government of Zimbabwe. Thank you very much, Embassy of Sweden, for the assistance. And thank you very much, City of Mutare, for helping us. I'm saying us because I'm also on the roster to be trained for mushroom farming. And I'm also saying us because the community services officer was saying I would be doing injustice if I just train people in the community. And we have people that are retiring from City of Mutare that do not have self-help jobs or projects that they are doing to help themselves once they retire. So that's also on the books. Eastern Mushroom Cooperative will be helping us to also train those people. And Council has already given a go-ahead for us to do that through our town clerk and mayor's office. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, all protocol observed. My name is Edita Mavumbu. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a lady aged 31. I am the chairperson of Eastern Mushroom Cooperative. I can say the Embassy of Sweden, through Gender Links and City of Mutare, they identified us, the community members. We're just in the community. Some of us were doing nothing. You know what will be happening when you'll be doing nothing. Young women, they will be exposed to gender-based violence because I'll be asking my husband to give me everything that he got from work. And to the young boys and girls, they will be drug addicts because they had nothing to do. But we thank God our group has been identified by the Embassy of Sweden through Gender Links and City of Mutare. And they gave us land and built us a state-of-art mushroom house. Thank you for that. We started off as 50 members, said earlier, but we are now 44, not 41. We are now 44 with 50% women, 30% youth, and 20% men. We started off growing, we can say the mushroom project, we started off last year, 2023, in July, with ice house. We thought we have to, since the building has been built for us, but we don't have the seed and substrate. So we said to ourselves, let us start the ice house. And we started off the ice house since July 2023 to date. We are still doing. And we raised our money at around 1,500. And we bought our seed, our substrate, everything that we needed to start our project. Although it was small, even the drums to start our project. Then we started spawning in January this year. To spawn Dikokusima mushroom bacho. We started this year in January. And we started harvesting in February. On the 16th of February specifically, I still remember the date. Our first batch was quite a success. And surprisingly, we were using Mr. Google and Mrs. YouTube maybe. We didn't have a trainer at that time. So we would search on the internet for ourselves. The first batch was a success. We had our second batch. Unfortunately, we had the challenge of the heat wave. You still remember in February and March, we encountered the heat wave. And also, we had the challenge of green mold. There is this competitor called green mold. It affected us very deeply, but as business people, we are not business people, we didn't quit. We kept on reinvesting, buying some more seed and substrate, and we continued our production through July. I think maybe our donor gave us some more seed and substrate because they saw the potential in us and the eager to learn. We didn't lose hope. We continued with our mushrooms and mushroom production. Then in August, Gender Links donated seed for us and everything we needed that you saw inside. And we had to throw away the old batches which we had to start afresh. And I can say for now, it's quite a success. And we are looking forward to go very far. Because we started harvesting on the 3rd of October this month. But the sales we have realized so far, I see a great picture. I see a positive picture as the time goes on. And I thank you for that, for donating us the seed. And we promise you that we will continue to work hard, no matter what. Thank you so much on that issue. Then I would like to tell you that the donor also sourced a trainer for us. Because at first we lacked the proper training. I told you what we were using at first. So we were now and we now have certificates. Yes. We are now trainers of other trainees. And we trained some people from as far as Rusape and Nyanga, not to mention those around the town. So we thank God for that, and we thank you for that. I can say October is the anti-cancerous month, right? It's a cancer awareness month. And we are also in that. And we are urging all of us to eat our oyster mushroom. It's very healthy. It has anti-cancerous cells. They reduce the it is anti-cancerous. It reduces the spread of anti-cancerous cells in our bodies. So just normalize eating it from breakfast, lunch, and supper. Maybe something to add on that. We are also looking forward to. Okay, thank you. We are also looking forward to accommodate more members in our cooperative with time, and I think it will come out. And I would like to present our certificate of registration, our proud certificate of our registration. We are now a registered entity. We have also acquired our tax clearance, which means we can now go and supply our mushroom to bigger companies like hotels, bigger supermarkets at a lower tax than to go when we are unregistered. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me also write on all the protocols that have already been established by previous speakers. I want to start by thanking you all for being here today. Particularly, I want to appreciate all the government representatives that have joined us, the local government, city council, and particularly the representative for the Minister of State's office. Thank you all. We appreciate your presence. It's a great pleasure for us to be here today, visiting different initiatives that we are supporting in this province. Personally, it's my first visit to Mundare, and it's really a beautiful city. It's an amazing place. So thank you so much. I want to also appreciate the very warm welcome that we received by the city of Mundare, by the city council, and by the government, and also by all the people that we have met here in Mundare. It's really been wonderful. In terms of the project, I just want to share maybe 3 reflections that I take with me after this visit. The first one is results. This is quite a new project. I understand you started only a year ago. And I think we're already seeing some really impressive achievements and some really promising results from this initiative. I think we have seen that there's really potential here, and the beneficiaries are already seeing some real tangible benefits from them. I want to congratulate the members of the newly established cooperative for their hard work and for their dedication. It's really your hard work and your commitment. And I also want to congratulate the City of Mundare for your support and your engagement. I think we're all very inspired, particularly me, by these stories of change and success that you have shared. It's really inspirational. My second reflection, and I think it's been mentioned already, it's the importance of partnerships. I don't think any of these successes and results would have been possible without the close collaboration between City Council, government supporting implementation of the project, and our partner Gender Links. So I mean, partnerships is really the key for success and for results. And our hope is that this close partnership and this close collaboration will continue so that we can see more results and more success. My third and maybe final reflection is that we still have a lot of work to do so that we can ensure impacts are reached at scale, so that we can benefit more communities and more individuals. And equally important so that we can ensure sustainability of the results and the successes that we have achieved. We need to continue to support and engage, and I've taken particularly note that in skills, governance, and expanding production capacity are some of the things that we need to continue to work with. I think on behalf of the Embassy of Sweden, we remain committed to continue supporting initiatives such as this one that contribute to inclusive growth, employment creation, and increased income opportunities for people in Zimbabwe, particularly women and youth. So you will see us back again here in Mutare very soon. We hope to come back to visit more of our initiatives and to learn more about the successes and the results that we have achieved together. I want to close just by thanking you all again and really appreciating the presence of our partners from government, as well as Gender Links for organizing this visit. Thank you so much.